everybody, welcome to Learn with Steph. This is one of the videos as part of our Lessons in Law series. The focus is on OCR A Level Law, but it will be useful to anybody studying law. If you like the videos, please do subscribe and press the like button at the bottom. Hello. This is the last lesson on the general elements of criminal liability, looking at the mens rea section on the OCR A-level specification. So we've gone through now fault, intention, recklessness, negligence, strict liability and transfer of malice. So what's left is coincidence of actus reus and mens rea, and that's our focus for today. So coincidence, also known as the rule of contemporaneity, is when the actus reus and the mens rea must occur at the same time. So it's not much point me thinking I'm going to kill somebody unless I actually do it. I can't be guilty of the thought, and I've got to do the act with the mens rea, and it's got to happen at the same time. However, this idea has been interpreted quite widely by the courts. So there are two principles that we're going to look at today. We're going to first of all look at when the courts see the actus reus as continuing to incorporate a mens rea that occurs later. So when they see the actus reus as a continuous act. And when you come to do theft, you'll explore this idea in a little more detail. So this principle happens when the actus reus happens first, and then the defendant forms the mens rea later, and the courts here have decided that the actus reus can continue over time to meet the point where the defendant has formed the mens rea. And a really good illustration of this is R.V. Fagan. And here, the defendant accidentally parked his car onto a policeman's foot. So it was accidental, so there was no mens rea, but the actus reus was, of course, a battery. So Fagan had put the car onto the foot. And the police officer asked Fagan to move the car, and the defendant Fagan refused. Therefore, he intentionally was on the foot, and that's when the mens rea is formed. So the actus reus happened first, and there was no mens rea at all. Then the mens rea happened when the driver refused to move the car. There's no new actus reus there, but the courts decided that the actus reus continued from the parking onto the policeman's foot to incorporate the later mens rea. The principle is when there's a series of acts and their mens rea happens at some point, in which case the courts have interpreted this as the act being a single transaction. And a really good case to illustrate this is Tabu Meli. So here, the defendants beat up the victim, intending to kill him. They didn't kill him, but they thought they had. And what they did then was they disposed of what they thought was the dead body over the cliff. And then the victim died later of exposure. So there's three potential acts here. You've got beating up of a victim, so really here a non-fatal act. You've got disposing of a dead body illegally, so throwing the body over the cliff. And then you've got leaving the dead body to die, and that's when the actual actus reus, if you like, of murder happens, but the mens rea happened when they beat up the victim. So basically here, the courts decided that the death was part of a chain of events which were all linked and could be seen as a single transaction. And as long as the mens rea happened at some point, then there could be coincidence of actus reus and mens rea. So single transaction theories, or the actus reus being a series of acts. So we've now covered all of the general elements of criminal liability, and we're ready for different crimes. And we're going to start with the non-fatal offences. So my next video will be on assault. If you found this video useful, do like it, please. Feel free to leave a comment and do subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for listening. That brings us to the end of this lesson in law. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like it and subscribe to find more videos. Bye.